Hello and good afternoon, my lovely collective. How are we doing? This is your girl, Taurus Sun Tarot. So we are going to start with an angel number. Okay, that was quick. So yeah, we're just going to dive right into it today, you guys. You already know the drill. If any of this resonates, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So your first card out, your angel number is 1616. Something about August 16th coming up could be very significant. Currently, it's August 10th when I'm recording, so 6-7 days from now could be something I feel unexpected with the willpower showing here. So let's see what it says. Things may feel out of sync and not within your control. The whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you are being supported and that your will is your superpower. Determination is key right now. Yeah, I feel like, ooh, collective, are we about to get tested a little bit? I don't know. And being tested isn't a bad thing, right? I think it forces you on some level to level up, right? I feel like some of you may be in a situation where it's not equally yoked, whether that be like a job, a relationship, put it where it fits. But I think that's where Spirit's kind of testing this willpower of like, are you going to stay? Are you going to stay and settle? Determination is key right now. So if you have had a plan recently also that's went to okay, let me not say that. I was gonna say like went to shit, but like really, and it's not funny, but if you've recently came across a blockage or like a path with something, I feel like this is actually like the final boss, the final level, next level, bigger devil, you know? So determination is key in stepping up. Determination is key in persisting your goals, your dreams. So let's see what else Spirit has to support that. Like I said, we did just have a full moon, so some of you could have really been working on releasing and trying to call in the new. And as simple and innocent as that is, that actually could be the very thing that might be like rocking your world. Yeah. You know, so if you're ready, if you think you're ready for change and you're calling it in, make sure that you are ready for change, because I do feel like you're a very strong conduit for change. Sorry, my dogs are like looking out the window. Just 1 second, y'all. So sorry about that, y'all. I could have easily paused the video. I just didn't. It's fine. So anyways, you have number 6 coming in. A lot of sixes. Something about maybe some of you could be dealing with a Gemini or have Gemini in your chart. You could be a cusper. But drop a comment, you guys. Let me know what the number 6 means to you. Bro, if you say some bullshit about 666, you can just stay out of my comments. But anyways. Hmm. Something about that repeated number 6666. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this. So 4 plus 2 is another 6. So you are a conduit for change, for blessing. Also, I'll have you note that there is a full moon being depicted in this card as well, which I think is super important. There's a portal that's being opened by the sage. Some of you could be so focused on protecting your current blessings. And again, some of you I think are like witches and warlocks to some extent, but you just don't even realize what you're doing. Some of it, because, and this is so common I feel like you see these little rituals on Instagram or things like that, moon magic or burning rituals, burning sage to cleanse the home. And you do it so innocently, but truly, I feel like it's calling in this spiritual protection, this conduit, this portal for new beginnings that you may not even see, but it's going to catapult. Okay. So, you guys, I have this lovely, beautiful new deck. If you guys are like into your own cards, highly recommend this deck. So, it is called New Era Elements Tarot by Eleanor F. Piper. The illustrations on these cards, oh, I cannot wait for you guys to see these. Okay, so it's been such a hot minute, collective. I feel like almost like a little nervous back behind the camera. I've just been so inconsistent. That's not a word. I've been so inconsistent this year. I'm getting married in a month and a half, and even outside of that, I've had deaths. I've been dealing with grief. My life the past 2 years really has just been a whirlwind. And unfortunately my mental health will always be prioritized over a YouTube channel. So, shit happens, but we back. So I'm going to try a new type of spread here, you guys. And, ironically enough, it is a 6-card spread, which I picked out before even doing this reading. So another 6. Seriously, you guys, drop a comment and let me know what the number 6 means to you. Outside of birthdays and stuff like that, I want to hear the weird nitty gritty. I saw 6 27 times in one day and it changed my life. Or, you know what I mean? I don't want you to be like, my birthday's in June. Okay, yeah, I mean, maybe, but, so anyways, let's see what we have coming out here, please, for my lovely collective. In regards to this blessing and this conduit for change, this spiritual conduit, this portal. I'm also hearing practicing free will with willpower. Some of you may have been really confined or trapped. Yeah, wow, beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. So you have number 8 coming out, which is adjustment. I'm going to put that down. I feel like you get a better view actually with it on the table. So the first card you have coming out is adjustment. So this woman is on a tightrope and she's balancing. She's got pots on her head and she's got a bar on her hands. There's crows surrounding her. She also is wearing pigtails. Something about someone, not so much pigtails, but I'm getting those double Dutch braids where it's 2 braids going down the back and into pigtails kind of, I guess. I feel like someone could wear that hairstyle frequently. This person, this girl, this woman is also wearing very flowy, earthy clothing. So I feel especially with sage, that's a very earthy, grounded element. I do feel this is what people see. So in this first card, with the way this spread is laid out, it's supposed to represent what your intentions are and how do you want others to see you in the context of what's going on. So with that in mind, it's you want people to see that you are balanced. You're everything's good. Everything's fine over here. We're good. You did. And people are honey, you're on a tightrope. You're balanced. Do you need a hand? You're no. We're good. We're good. Oh, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's an adjustment. I feel Spirit is putting you through, again, this portal, this conduit of change. You've expressed your want for change and Spirit's delivering, and it truly is a test of willpower. So the second card coming out here is judgment. Again, I'm going to put it down. I feel it's a better view, actually. Let's see if I can... that's good. Okay. So number 20, judgment. I really love that in this rendition. It's a person looking in a mirror and the mirror is cracked. So a lot of times when we see the traditional Rider-Waite tarot and we see judgment, a lot of people speak to that it's this higher calling, it's awakening. And all of those things are 100% true, especially with the 0 in judgment. I think of that as an egg, a new opportunity. In this spread, this represents how do you feel about the situation? This card gives you insight about secrets, dreams, and your shadow self. So on the outside, you're trying to present to people like everything's good, everything's fine over here, mind your business, we're good, we're balancing, we're doing our best, we're equal. I don't know why I just heard the word like equilibrium. And then, but internally though, how do you feel about this situation? You look in the mirror and I feel like you don't even recognize who you are anymore. I feel like you don't even recognize what you want, what the goal is. You're working so hard to keep everything together, but what even is together, And I think you are taking an internal look at that and asking yourself those questions. Like, what are your dreams? Like, what is the end goal from here? And I want to say give yourself grace when you ask these questions, or if you feel like you've been like off balance, or if you feel like things have been out of your control, sorry, 1 second, we'll let that pass. Just be really kind to yourself, because I feel like, again, going back to willpower, there is a huge test right now with spirit, and it's like at one point you said you wanted XYZ, and this is like the final test. It's like, do you really want it? Is this what you really want? Because it comes, and now I feel like it's this insight on this adjustment of now what the responsibility comes with. Now what that lifestyle comes with, right? Ooh, this is a deep reading, collective. Goddamn. Okay. No, we're working through it. We're breathing. To be fully transparent, like I know as a reader, this is not my message. So, given where I'm at in life, not to be whatever, but I've held down the same job for 2 to 3 years now. Like, whatever. It is what it is. You just know when a message is not yours. And so I empathize and I really feel for whoever this message is for. Okay. So let's get our third card out. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to put that back. Just going to finish this shuffle. So third card out you have is the Sun of Water. You cannot see that. All right, 1 second. There you go. We'll put these over here for now. Sun of Water. There is a river in the background in this Sage Blessing card. I feel like it's kind of hard for you guys to see the cards in good detail right now with the lighting. So the Sun of Water, he has a beautiful like Native American headdress on. It also looks like some very lavish like jewelry. He looks very happy, very proud, very abundant. This would be the equivalent to the Page of Cups. So in this placement, it's saying, how is your material existence affected by the situation? And what resources can you call upon for support? I feel like you can actually call upon your friends and your resources, your emotional support. I feel like you're a blessing for someone. And I think you do recognize that. And I think that's what keeps you going, willpower, right? The Page of Cups. I also think like you're very whimsical, you're very childish isn't the word, because I feel like that has like a really negative connotation to it, but you're very playful. That's the word I'm looking for. You're very playful. You could be silly, goofy, but these are qualities that people love and adore about you. You make people laugh. And I feel like I just heard like belly laugh, people, they can't fake, ooh, but you know what? Following under this adjustment, thank you, Spirit. Sometimes you could feel like almost like a performer. Again, this person on a tightrope, like you're practicing for the grand show or something like that, right? So just be mindful of that. It's good to make others laugh and make them feel good, but you can't, and I think that's why this is showing in the page position. You can't pour from, your own cup if it's empty. It's one thing to make adjustments for other people, but who's going to make those adjustments to support yourself, right? Let's keep it moving. Let's get our fourth card out here. Woo, okay. So I'm just going to take the one that went face up, and this is number 2, love. Okay. I'm going to grab these other cards quick. So I just feel like these are, I'm just going to show them to you quickly and we'll just go through these, but we're not going to take them. So you have number 4, perfection. Wow. Holy shit, you guys. So you have 666 and then 6666. And then you also have 444. Yeah, 444. There's this person like locally and he's like, hurt in a car, call William Attar, 4444444. Anyways, but you have perfection, comfort, the emperor, gain, and oppression. Immediately off of this, I'm definitely getting this balancing act is a comfort zone. It's where it's easy to make things look well taken care of and like we're all good over here. It's a comfort zone. You could be a perfectionist to some extent. Again, just trying to put up this facade of like, we're good, mind your business, we're fine. Oppression and gain. Yeah, this oppression just really seals that for me. Someone does feel oppressed, like they can't grow. 9 of Pentacles here. They can't, it's like it's so close, but only when it's by themselves because otherwise they feel oppressed. Interesting. Taking it back to love over here, the love card. So in the 4th position here, this represents what do you think or understand about the situation at hand? Who can give you good advice? So I think this is, falling under the judgment card in this position like this especially. I think with all the cards we just saw, this is just a reminder from spirit. Yeah, especially with conduit here, this is a huge message. Your community is everything, okay? Look at the 5 closest people to you and I'll tell you what your future will look like, right? If you're standing shoulder to shoulder with 5 other doctors, lawyers, billionaires, like not that it has to be that, right? But if you're standing in the room with 5 successful people, whatever that success looks like to you, you're probably going to be the 5th, right? Or the 6th or whatever. But if you're standing toe to toe with losers and you're trying to confide and ask for their help, like where could they point you in the direction of that you haven't been? Like, look at the people who you're going to for advice and ask yourself, would I want to be in their shoes? Would I want to be where they are at right now? And if that answer is no, then you need to reconsider who you are confiding in, right? So with love here, I will say I do feel like you have a very deep, very personal connection with someone, one that is very trusting, very trustworthy. There's been a cosmic like dance that's happened with the 2 of you, and I feel like it's this push and pull, but it's never forced. It's a dance, right? And in dances, you take 1 step forward, 1 step back, 1 leads and 1 follows, and sometimes there's that switch, right? And it's natural. Seahorses are such loyal, faithful creatures. They are so beautiful. And they also do a little dance with each other every morning. This is a true fact. You can look that up. So be like a seahorse, If you are in a committed relationship of like 2 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. Look to that person as your source of comfort, your source of truth, and remind them and yourself how much you love them. Okay. So let's get our 5th card out. Okay, well, I didn't shuffle, but this one kind of just flipped itself over in that shuffle there. So 5th card out is, this may deal with inner obstacles or with an outside force, and that's for you to decide, right? The leopard. He is oppressed, but he's not How do I want to say? There's like this movie or like TV show that I'm thinking of that I can't like specifically call out right now, and it's like I've been where, oh, I think it's Bob's Burgers, and it's Ricky, I think his name is, the guy who like went to jail, and then he lived in Bob's basement. But anyways, there's this episode where there's like a bird, and he's like, I've been there, little buddy. They can cage you like out here, but they can't cage you in here. And he like points to his mind. And truly though, as silly and goofy as like a reference as that is, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like you can only feel as trapped as you allow yourself to feel. Willpower. If you are sitting there saying, man, I'm like stuck in this relationship, stuck in this job, stuck in this, stuck in that, then yeah, you 100% are. But if you switch that same mindset and say, wow, I'm able to hold down a relationship for 4 or 5 years. I'm able to hold down a job for 3, 4 years. I'm able to be, respected with the same group of friends for 20 plus years, It's all about the framing, right? So while you may feel oppressed, this would be 10 of Swords, I believe. While you may feel oppressed, while you may feel like things are ending, it truly is up to you, okay? So let's see, 6th and final card, and then I will let you guys go. If any of this resonated, you guys, please, please, please hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Yeah, okay, wow, this is, ooh, okay. So, so you, I feel like all like that message that I just got, following domination, I'm like, I don't know, because maybe this is an outside force that really actually is oppressing you. They could feel like they have more of a distinct power, more of a spiritual pull than you. Joke's on them. Joke is on them. Also, I'll say something about like the jungle animals is coming through heavily today. Like you have like a leopard, and then at the bottom of the deck we have strength, which is our lion. And I also love that in this rendition there's like a baby cub here too. I don't know if y'all can get a good look at that. But yeah, I feel like this is spirit coming in and saying, even if someone is trying to, exert some sort of dominance over you, keep you stuck, trapped in a certain place, like you are spirit's cub, and spirit sees all. Okay, so like worry not, like spirit will definitely have your back. If spirit's like, you are my little cub, like no one will ever bring harm to you. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna leave that there for today, collective. I hope this did resonate. If it did, drop a like, drop a comment. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.